In the springtime, a few things to focus on is looking for the early weed growth on your traditional lake or river system. The muskies are just getting done with the spawn, they're migrating out in the main part of the lake, setting up on structure, and the early weed growth is where you're typically going to find fish early in the year. And you also can look up into 1 or 2, 3 feet of water, or all the way out into 8 or 10 feet of water is where you'll typically find the weed growth. Focus on wind blowing shorelines also. If the wind's blowing across the lake, you'll find the water temps anywhere from 1 or 2 or 3 degrees warmer than on the other side of the lake. Also, concentrate on the break lines on those weed edges. A weed edge might be from 2 to 4 feet or from 6 to 8 feet. It really could vary, but on those break lines, traditionally the muskies will set up and ambush their prey. Position your boat on the deeper edge and cast up in that shallow water. Also do it vice versa. Put your boat in the shallow water and cast out into the deeper water, and you'll find the next bite.
Continuing to hit areas where waypoints mark previous follows and some strikes.
She's hot. She's hot. There she is.
Come on, come on.
There she is. She'll get it. I'll get her.
Get after it. Come on, fish.
Proves to Pete Maina, Dustin Carlson, and Pete Brezinski that the muskies are still here.
Got her?
Even if their brief moment in the sun is now long gone.
Smallest muskie that I've ever seen.
But tough weather conditions are old hat. However, what is becoming increasingly interesting to Pete about this pattern, though,
I see you gave up on the small bucktail idea.
is that they are having better success with larger lures.
What you got, Pete?
I don't need a net. It's either a pike or a muskie. I think it's a muskie, but he just got a big one.
Which goes against the grain for what is considered typical for this time of year.
Future 40-pounder right there.
There you go.
Future 40-pounder, I like it.
And I'm pretty proud of it today. But look at that bite. Look at that. Huh? You swallow basketballs with that mouth.
Absolutely.
We had kind of an interesting observation here on this trip from a patterning standpoint. Now, there's a couple of things we got going here. Number one, it's spring, and number two, it's a cold front. And for both of those reasons, the general idea there is to size down. You know, first of all, again, early in the year with the new weed growth, a lot of the forage, it tends to be small this time of the year, and traditionally or typically, fish react the best to smaller presentations. And also in a cold front situation, really any time of year, but especially so again in the spring. And it's interesting, the action that we have had working together with all three of us, we've tried a bunch of different stuff, we've tried the smaller stuff, but the fish that we have caught have really all been big baits. In fact, you could actually say oversized. Oh, I got something right now. You could say northern. And here's a good example. Well, he just got off, but you know, here's an 8-inch bait here, and there was about a 14-inch northern pike that basically was as big around as the bait. And I guess that maybe sets the example for us, is that, you know, we're really using oversized baits is what we've actually had the success on. The two nice muskies we've actually caught, and again, some of the other activity has been on big oversized bucktails. I mean, the kind of stuff you'd really consider using late summer, early fall type of situation, and great big glider jerkbait. So the key is that, you know, go with the general rule, because there's reason behind it. People have had success doing that, and typically something like that is going to work. But on the other hand, you got to try everything when it's tough. Search for that pattern. If the fish are showing you they want bigger stuff, throw the bigger stuff.
Leading information on tackle and techniques to make you a better fisherman. Presented by Mercury.
Hi, I'm Robin Singer, the Merc Professor. You know, you think back of the tradition, we were all weaned on the smaller tail handles, especially with the Mercury, where the shift and throttle. But now it's time to move up to the bigger engines. And what we've got here is the big tiller. It's basically plug and play. Whether it's a 40 horse, 75, or even the new 150, it's about maneuverability and precise handling. You know, we've moved the shift lever up front so you can bump it in and out of gear. Up front on the grip itself, a convenient 110 degrees rotation rotation. It's got a trim and tilt switch up front, right at your fingertips, so you're always in control. In the midships, we've got the safety lanyard, so it's back here out of the way so it doesn't interfere with the operation. And it's a center mounted tiller, which is more precise for handling and maneuverability. And when you look at it, we have it available in a manual system from the 40 through the 150, actually power steering, which makes it fingertip control, and let's not forget for the Verados, the DTS, a digital throttle and shift. Again, it's all about precise handling to get you out and get you on those fish.